Hello, Professor Money Peak Trading. Today, February 3rd, 2024. Just want to give you guys a really brief and short update about Iovance Biotherapeutics, or US ticker name IOVA. There's a final label discussion ongoing, and we believe the FDA decision can come any time before now and the PDUFA date, February 24, 2024. Really quick disclaimer, we're currently holding IOVA stocks and long call options. We do not represent a pharmaceutical company. Any medical question, please consult your own doctor. We're not financial advisors as well. Please invest at your own risks. So Iovance actually is a really well-managed company in our opinion, especially on the investor relationship criteria. Their investor relationship are pretty responsive and keep investor posted. This is the latest SEC filing. They posted the 8K filing update about a week ago that they mentioned to the investors that the BLA review is the final label discussion with the FDA. So we believe the approval, hopefully, or the FDA decision is coming anytime between now and the PDUFA day. And we think it's very encouraging because like we mentioned in the last video, we think the chance of getting it approved is 95%. It really depends on just the label and what kind of side effect they could be labeled potential black box warning, which we hope there won't be. But it's a T-cell therapy, so it's a TIL therapy, so it's more complicated treatment regime compared to a traditional small molecule medicine, so anything could be on the table. But again, we think the black box warning is quite unlikely compared to T-cell therapy, but we just have to wait and see since we don't really see all the data that FDA sees, right? The other update on the market is looking at this chart, we see a lot of put options coming. So the y-axis is option interest. The red line is put option. If you're not familiar with how option works, we have a video on the upper right corner, just basic tutorial. Feel free to take a look. Put option means if you're long put option, that means you're betting the stock price to go down, and vice versa. Call option means you're betting the stock price to go up. Before we keep seeing this green line having more open contracts. That means, generally speaking, the market is expecting the price to go up of the stock. However, last week, we're seeing a lot of long put option with the March 15, 2024 expiration date betting on 7.5 puts. We believe there's nothing unusual. It's just probably some big investors or investment fund. They're trying to hedge against this FDA decision because, let's say, unfortunately, if LIFI is not approved, we do believe Iovance Biotherapeutics stock could go down all the way to $3, right? So probably they have millions, if not billions of dollars whole stock holding, and it's pretty normal that they bet long some put option in order to protect their investment. And should Iovance get an FDA approval on lifileucel, we do think the stock price could potentially squeeze up to $18 to $26. Again, so we don't think there's something to worry about, but we do advise investors, in our opinion, again, we're not a financial advisor. If you're a larger Iovance holding like we do, it's probably not a bad idea to buy some long put option just to hedge your position in case there's any negative news from the FDA, which could cause the stock price to tank down to $3. The other major update is now the latest short interest coming. So that means how many shares are being borrowed by investors to short the stock, okay, which is this gray area under the chart. And the latest numbers is actually 16.9%. You can see these gray numbers updated every 2 weeks continue to be higher and higher in the Iovance stock price history in the chart, as you can see, all the way back to January 2022. So currently we see a really big small cap price push, and Iovance was pushing from $3 to $10 as well, now temporarily pulling back and the short interest going up. However, that is a double-edged sword, right? If yes, FDA does approve lifileucel and the stock price shoot up, we do expect to see a lot of short coverage that could potentially make the stock price goes even higher than we expected because of the short covering. So anything's on the table. I guess really big event on February 24th for all the Iovance investors in the community. We just have to wait and see what will happen. And however, you'll probably see a lot of small cap and Iovance stock volatility. We have to be repeating myself, but in case you're worried or you're new to our YouTube channel or social media or Discord group, just want to highlight it's just all because the 10-year yield ticker name TNX, which is on the left side daily chart. last October, early November, Fed say, yeah, potentially they're going to drop interest rate 4 times in 2024. That caused a massive sell-off of 10-year yield, pulled back from almost 50 to 38. And unfortunately, 10-year yield now started to enter the range bound, maybe double bottom, start to push back up, especially the last Federal Reserve statement this week. We believe Powell is a little hawkish, saying that they are not going to cut rate until they see the inflation numbers start to get controlled and the job numbers start to moderate, which we think we won't see it probably until second half this year. So we don't think the rate cut will come March for sure. We are kind of 50-50 for May. And June, we still think most likely the next first rate cut might most likely happen in July or August timeframe. So in that case, TNX will still remain around $40. That is a bad news for small cap because the elevated interest rate environment is really hard for small cap companies to raise money. And we can see because of this TNX popping back to 40, it actually pulled down Iovance from $10.3 all the way back down to $8. And a very similar chart for small cap, Russell 2000 IWM ETF, and also the small cap, the Biotech ETF XBI, right? It's all pulling back because of this TNX. And unfortunately, we have a next inflation number on February 13, 2024 reported, the CPI number, and that will be before the PDUFA day of Iovance Biotherapeutics on February 24. And we do think this number on February 13, the CPI number, can still elevated higher than expected. The core CPI might be lower. We're not sure, but the total CPI number will probably still get very sticky, around 3-ish%. So in that case, the TNX might continue to shoot up or maintain this level, putting pressure on small cap. And I know how frustrated it is for if especially you are mostly focused on biotech, seeing the price action of biotech going nowhere while NASDAQ actually going all-time high because of the AI wave. So that's why in our long-term investment portfolio, we actually really focus on diversifying our portfolio. Basically, we actually start just a real dollars account back to 2022 with $65,000. Just show Discord member how our long-term investment goes. Right now, as of Friday closing, our account is $65,000 account is closed at $113,000. So it's almost 60% return, really decent. It's mostly because our diversified strategy on big cap, a lot of AI names that we long. I know we never mentioned YouTube channel because, this year I've been just so busy with a kid and last year and buying a new house and all the stuff. So I'm making YouTube video a lot slower than before. But I still keep the Discord member most updated about my positions and all the AI opportunities, and not to mention, of course, the small biotech opportunities. Long-term investment, 2023, we delivered 67% yearly return compared to SPY and QQQ. We totally outperformed them. Still slightly less than ARKK. However, 2022 was a horrible year for everyone. SPY down 20%, QQQ down minus 34%, ARKK almost down 70%, while we did really relatively well, only down 10%. So if you're interested in our Discord community, feel free to check out at www.moneypeaktrading.com. We're also being available on a wide range of social media, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook group, and Reddit, all Money Peak Trading. Thanks for watching, and fingers crossed for Iovance Investor, February 24 coming out, and I hope the best outcome for everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.